I'm gonna make this really quick because again, I'm not even sure which. I've got three different sites now on YouTube, and one of them I can't get in at all, and the other, there's one I just opened up yesterday, and there's this one um, that's got a couple of videos. So, like, I'm not even sure which one of the three sites this video would end up in. It's really bad. It's really ridiculous. But I think that's kind of the way everything's going with everybody. They got everybody just hopping around, not knowing exactly what's happening next. I said on one video somewhere, I said that even billionaires, they got them singing a tune too, and they have had for years and years. I was watching a documentary on about how the CIA would go into all these countries, and it didn't matter so much if they were a dictator or not. What matters is if they did the will of the United States, which is like making sure that big business could go in there and get mining rights and oil rights. And so it really didn't matter if they were a dictator. If they were a dictator, it made it even easier most of the time. Because anyway, sometimes the dictators, they not only dictate, but they're very comfortable with being dictated too. That's how they get all the way to the top, because they're yes men. I hate to say Republican anymore. I mean, I've always been a Democrat, but now I see that the two parties really aren't that much different. I used to think that the Democrats were at least somewhat empathetic for other people with that have fallen on hard times, or that have got some kind of disability, or that whatever the case is, maybe they're retarded, or maybe they got beat up their whole life. Who knows what the thing is? That's the whole thing with people that talk about other people too, is you don't necessarily know what the heck you're talking about. When you talk about somebody else. I hear people on the radio now talking about people, and they'll talk about like the lady that had eight kids, and I'll say, well, she should have done this, or she should have done that. Well, have you ever had 8 kids at once? Not many people have. As a matter of fact, she may be the only person that ever did. But that's the kind of stuff I'm talking about, where people just open their big mouth, and that's the kind of stuff that's all they got to talk about. They're rebel rousers in their own way, just like and these dictators, they're rebel rousers. They just talk about terrorists this and terrorists that, and it's like the Republican convention. They mentioned the word terrorist maybe a couple hundred times, and just kept mentioning terrorists, 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 terrorists. And that's why we're living right now in a police state, pretty much. A lot of people don't realize that, especially Republicans don't realize that we're living in a police state, because they close their eyes to what's going on around them. But we're getting closer and closer to a police state all the time. In a lot of ways, we are. I mean, if you're a poor person and you don't have any place to live, you'll see how quick you get picked up, put in jail, and stuff like that. Anyway, I'm just going to see where this video goes, because I'm not even sure which site this video is going to. So, I've been on YouTube for about 4 or 5 years or something like that, but it's getting to the point now where it's getting harder to even make a video because of the way they got it set up, where you got to be hooked to Google and all this other stuff. So I'm just going to see where this goes.